332 years ago, on the fateful morning of June 7th, 1692, an earthquake, said to be divine in nature, shattered the Eden estate in Llandewey, St. Thomas, burying homes and lives in a catastrophic landslide. This site, presently known as Judgment Cliff, carries with it a tale of divine retribution. But is this tale of divine retribution a mere myth or a monumental truth?
I was informed that they used to have a plantation up there run by a serious, wicked slave master. Imposed draconian measures on the farmers, and one of the reasons why they resided on the cliff, that in case the slave wanted to run away, they would have difficulty in doing so.
Then say, when it happens at night, well, what I really know is they say a man, a rooster, and a bull save. The man gone out, gone wild. The rooster fly off of the roost. The bull broke down the pen, gone out, gone wild, same like the man. It was a plantation to people who live there too. Everybody get covered out.
They believe as a volcano, but it never did erupt. It comes from a tremor within the same time with Port Royal. The same year in Port Royal tremor, the same time as that tremor really carried on that community. Henry Morgan did have a daughter, them say go down in it too. Because when you go on the top of the higher cliff, you can see straight to Port Royal.
Could Judgment Cliff be more than just a landslide site? Or could it be a volcano by any chance? Join us as we embark on this journey to uncover the hidden history of Judgment Cliff, separating fact from fiction, and uncovering the captivating story of this mysterious landmark. Located in Llandewey, close to the town of Yallas in the parish of St. Thomas, Jamaica, Judgment Cliff stands as a reminder of the island's dynamic geological history and its rich tapestry of folklore. This imposing cliff, often shrouded in mystery and legend, offers both a striking natural landmark and a captivating story. The myth. According to local lore, the origins of Judgment Cliff are rooted in dramatic and divine retribution. On the morning of June 7th, 1692, a devastating earthquake struck the region, causing a massive section of the cliff to break away. This catastrophic event led to the destruction of the Eden Estate, a prominent plantation owned by a man named Mr. James Bernard. Located near the base of the cliff in St. Thomas, the plantation was completely obliterated, with homes and fields buried under the landslide. The disaster claimed many lives, including those of Mr. Bernard's family and workers. Dr. Anza Sloan described the landslide in 1809, and this was published by Venier's Alexander Zanz in 1959, and I quote, "At Yallas, a great mountain split and fell into the level land, covering several settlements and destroying 19 white people. One of the persons, whose name was Hopkins, had his plantation removed half a mile from where it formerly stood. And just to say this, the loss of life was likely higher, as the account primarily focuses on colonial settlers. In other research I see where it was over 400 people that actually died in this landslide." According to a commemorative plaque mounted by the Jamaican Historical Society in 1967, the face of the cliff is estimated to be 1,000 feet high, with the slipped mass containing 86 million cubic feet of rock and earth. The sheer scale of the catastrophe led the local population to interpret it as a form of divine judgment, a punishment for the sins of those living in the area. Thus the cliff earned its ominous name, Judgment Cliff. Over the centuries, this tale of divine retribution has been passed down through generations, adding a layer of mystique and a cautionary significance to the site. If you are intrigued by the story of Judgment Cliff, as I am, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating historical explorations. Your support really helps in bringing more content like this. So if you'd like to further support the channel, consider checking out the links in the description for ways to contribute. Now let's dive back into the story. The history. While the myth paints a dramatic picture, The true story of Judgment Cliff is equally fascinating, albeit more rooted in natural sciences. The earthquake of 1692 is a well-documented historical event that profoundly affected Jamaica. Records from the period describe the quake's intensity and the widespread damage it caused. This powerful quake, part of a series of seismic activities in the Caribbean region, caused significant geological disruptions, including the massive landslide that formed Judgment Cliff. Geologists and historians studying the cliff have noted that the area's geological features, characterized by its limestone composition and fault lines, make it particularly susceptible to landslides and earthquakes. The breakage of the cliff face was a natural consequence of these underlying conditions combined with the seismic activity of the time. The destruction of the Eden estate and the subsequent loss of life were tragic, but they also underscored the vulnerability of human settlements to the forces of nature. Detailed surveys and studies have helped piece together the events of that fateful day, providing a clearer understanding of the natural processes involved. While some Llandewey residents, including activist Horace Kirkpatrick Ogilvie, known as Patrick, are familiar with the story of Judgment Cliff, it remains largely unknown outside the parish. Many locals see it as just a story, as only few have ventured to the site due to fear or the challenging terrain. Patrick, who has frequently visited the area, is particularly fascinated by Brockway Spring, where the water gets cooler on hotter days. He believes that the land slippage may have been linked to a volcanic eruption, citing the type of rock found there as evidence.
I may believe that it was an earthquake which created a crack from a volcano, because if you check the terrain from the planting garden at the same one line, so they believe as a volcano, but it never did erupt, like lava never come up with the pressure, because you go over there and you look, and there is no other loam or other soil exists there, so it's just pure rocks. So therefore, it must some powerful pressure built over that, and if you check geography, then the volcano can trap in the core of the earth and anomaly come up, then when the pressure come out and shut down. So therefore, and they have an earthquake over this or rumble more anywhere in a place within the community.
So, is it a volcano? The question of whether Judgment Cliff could be a volcano has intrigued both locals and visitors. While there are no definitive records confirming volcanic activity at Judgment Cliff, some geological features and local beliefs hint at this possibility. The predominant type of rock found in the area, particularly the presence of basalt, which is commonly associated with volcanic activity, adds some weight to this theory. Geologically, Judgment Cliff is primarily composed of limestone, a sedimentary rock typically formed in marine environments. However, the region's geological history is complex and includes a variety of rock types due to the tectonic activity that shaped the Caribbean. This activity could have included volcanic events in the distant past. Additionally, the presence of Brockway Spring, where the water reportedly gets cooler as the day gets hotter, might indicate geothermal activity, a common feature near volcanic areas. However, cooling springs can also occur due to other hydrogeological processes unrelated to volcanic activity. It is important to note that while the land slippage in 1692 was primarily caused by the earthquake, there is no concrete evidence linking it directly to volcanic activity. Most scientific studies attribute the landslide to the intense seismic shaking, which destabilized the cliff's limestone structure rather than to a volcanic eruption. While the idea of Judgment Cliff being a volcano is an intriguing part of local lore, current geological evidence does not support this theory. The area remains a fascinating subject for further study though, as understanding its full geological history could shed more light on the processes that shaped this dramatic landscape. Judgment Cliff today. Today, Judgment Cliff stands not just as a monument to natural disaster, but also a popular destination for hikers and history enthusiasts. The cliff offers breathtaking views of the lush landscape of St. Thomas and serves as a poignant reminder of the power of nature. Trails leading to the site allow visitors to explore the unique geological formations and the verdant scenery that surrounds the area. Informative plaques and guided tours often share the history and the legend of the cliff, enriching the visitor experience. Visitors to Judgment Cliff can also reflect on the blend of history and myth that surrounds the cliff, appreciating both the geological forces that shaped it and the cultural narratives that gives it meaning. Whether standing at the precipice, looking out over the rolling hills, or delving into the stories that have defined this remarkable place, Judgment Cliff continues to captivate and inspire all who visit. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the history and mystery of Judgment Cliff. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more captivating stories. I would really love to hear your feedback and the thoughts. So leave a comment below about what you found most interesting. To support the channel and help us create more content, check out the links in the description. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. Thank you for watching.